Mortimer, I am so happy to see you. I'm so pleased that you could accept my invitation to return to Landview.
I didn't have much of a choice, Mrs. Hensel. That bulger, who works for you, he used the gun on me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry for any inconvenience that may have caused you. It's just that, well, I knew that once you knew the situation that I was in, well, that you'd want to help me. You see, there's this other man in my life, and his name begins with an M like yours. Moose Mulligan.
Yes.
Well, he wants to see me dead.
Oh.
And you're the only man who can save me.
Ow.
And you will, if it's the last thing you ever do. Excuse me?
Hello, Mrs. Buchanan. You've been missed.
Spare me, Kane. The best part about my trip with Asa was not seeing you.
No, I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about Max Holden. How is old Max anyway, huh?
I really wouldn't know. Queens are higher than knaves, aren't they?
You know, sooner or later, Asa's gonna find out what you are. And without your crown and your castle, then, well, then who are you gonna be?
All this is from a bee sting?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you're not allergic to all the troubles we've been having?
Don't I look like a private eye?
You look beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Your secretary said it was all right if
How dare you just walk in like that? I mean, are you from Mr. Clarkson?
Cassie, Jonathan, it is great to see you.
Your mommy's got to keep her cool, right, Duke? Just like Jason says. Do not get angry. No matter what.
All rise. Oyez. The Court of Common Pleas of Lantano County is now in session. The Honorable Judge Stephen Childs presiding.
You may be seated. We are here in the matter of Buchanan versus Buchanan to decide the custody of the child Demarest Buchanan. Mr. Kilgore, if you'll begin.
One Life to Live, brought to you by...
Cassie, I want you to meet an old and dear friend.
Well, not that old, I hope.
Sorry about that. Cassie Callison, this is Jonathan Michelson.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Cassie.
Nice to meet you. Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Not the Jonathan.
Yes.
What have you been saying?
Well, I've been telling her the
Andrew?
truth. I've been telling her the truth, that you were the guy that stuck with my brother all those years until he died, and a lot of people would have walked away.
Well, you don't walk away from people you love, do you?
No, I guess you don't.
Oh, it looks like a lot has happened for you.
No, I got lucky.
No, don't let him fool you. I'm the one who got lucky. But I'm going to tell you all about that later.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to go have this checked out, and you two need some time to catch up. But I want my turn, okay? Now, Andrew's told me a lot about his brother, but I want to learn about William from the man who shared his life.
You got it.
See you later.
Talk me into it. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good luck. Bye, baby. Oh, poor Cassie got bit by a bee, swelled up like a balloon. Sit down.
It looks good on you.
What's that?
Happiness.
Well, you know, comes and goes, but I'm getting tired of being St. Andrew the martyr. I think I'm going to take some advice that I give often, but I've forgotten, which is there's a time to mourn and a time to live.
And the time to stand up and be counted. It's no accident that I'm here, Andrew. I saw you on television leading that rally for those 3 cops who've been suspended. You may live to regret taking that stand.
Oh, come on now, Johnny. You of all people, don't get on me about this. I've been taking it from all sides.
Let me finish. When I saw you on television, it made up my mind. I knew I had to come here to Landview to ask your help.
You're okay, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm HIV negative. Never felt better.
Thank God.
But something is about to happen, Andrew. Something very important. And to make it turn out right, it's going to take the right timing. Can I count on you?
Watch the king. Keep your eye on him at all times. You remember what I called you when you first came into Ace's life? Shooting star?
Are you ready to admit you were wrong?
Oh, no, I wasn't wrong, Blair. You're just taking longer to fizzle and fall. That's all.
Kane, I am right where I plan to be. You know where that is, don't you? Where you used to be. Right at Ace's side.
Yeah, but you know, Blair, see, Asa, he's a proud man. Sooner or later, he's going to want more from you. More than just a pretty decoration hanging on his arm at the company picnic. He's going to want a wife, in every sense of the word. A wife and a mother.
You know, you have no idea what goes on between us in the privacy
Yeah,
of...
but I know Asa, and I know you, Blair. And I know that once Asa finds out, he's not going to get from you what he bought you for. He's going to dump you. And you'll be back on the street stealing tips at Wanda's. See, and then he's going to have to turn to a friend he can trust.
You?
You know, speaking of trust, funny how Max got down in Sweetwater just in time to stop Asa from taking over Holden Ranch.
How did you know about that?
The question is, how did Max know about that? And how did he know what Asa was up to, huh? Someone must have told him. Someone with divided loyalties.
Jason Webb's prison record, Your Honor.
Exception, Your Honor. What does Mr. Webb's background have to do with this hearing?
Everything, and Mr. Russell knows it. As Leanne's fiancé and potential stepfather to her son, his background and character are highly relevant.
I'm going to allow Mr. Kilgore to continue argument as to Mr. Webb's background.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jason Webb, the man
John,
Miss Buchanan
please,
has
can't you do
chosen to help
something?
raise
Leanne,
her
I'm sorry you heard the
has
judge.
spent time in reformatory. He is an admitted illiterate without a high school.
Oh, wait a second. No, that's not true, because Jason knows how to read
Miss
now.
Buchanan,
Say that?
you will have your chance to speak.
Sorry.
As we have demonstrated through testimony, Your Honor, the choice of Jason Webb as the defendant's fiancé directly reflects on Leanne Demarest. In fact, it's a totally predictable choice given her history. I would like to present this document, a medical history reflecting the emotional state of the defendant's mother, Due Ann Demarest. She was a disturbed woman, married to an alcoholic, abusive drifter who beat her and Leanne. Like mother, like daughter, they say.
Your Honor, this is outrageous, and I object.
To bring my
This is
mother
irrelevant.
into this? What is wrong with you, Kevin? What do you think, Jason's going to hit me? Or something with a baby?
Order you.
Judge, they're saying no.
Down, please. The Duke.
Gentlemen, approach the bench.
What will this document prove? Ms. Buchanan's unstable background.
What, her mother's failings, her stepfather's drinking, that is not at issue here.
On the contrary, the issue is Duke Buchanan and who is best able to care for him. Family history, personal history, background, and character, they are all of vital importance.
I'm forced to agree with Mr. Kilgore. Ann Demarest may be deceased, but her legacy continues to influence her daughter and potentially her grandson.
Thank you, Your Honor. In light of your decision, I would like to present further testimony concerning the late Ann Demarest. I call Renee Buchanan to the stand.
Introducing new waterproof formula Bathroom Duck. The only multi-surface bathroom cleaner that waterproofs as it cleans to resist dirt buildup. Like water up a duck's back. Watch how dirty water just slides off the side, cleaned with Bathroom Duck. Its unique waterproofing formula resists dirt buildup to make cleaning easier. New Bathroom Duck. Nothing fights.
Okay, you got me intrigued here. You say you need me for something. What's up?
Well, there was something William said right near the end that really got to me. He was worried about me. Thought I might miss him too much after... Well, but the thing is, Andrew, I don't think I miss him enough. I think I'm forgetting him.
No, Johnny, you couldn't do that.
No, back in April, it was the 10th anniversary of the day we lost him. And that same night, I had a dream, and Willie was in it. I'm positive. But as hard as I looked, I couldn't see his face. It was like he was there, but I couldn't remember what he looked like.
That's normal, you know. Time goes by and a memory
but I
fades.
don't want to forget. We can't forget him, Andrew. Not Willie, or any of the men, women, and children that have lost their lives to that damn disease.
We won't. That's why we keep them in our hearts.
No, that is not enough. We have to do something. There's an organization called the Names Project AIDS Memorial Quilt. Have you heard of it?
Absolutely. It's a quilt, and the names that are on it are people that have died of AIDS, right?
Right, that's it. Now, you know, it started in San Francisco as a way to remember. Now, it's national, international. They sew the panels together and take the quilt around the country to raise awareness. Back in '87, they assembled the whole quilt in D.C., and it was bigger than 2 football fields. Now, bigger than 10 football fields.
It's incredible. So, how do I fit in?
I've started a panel for William, and I want you to help me finish it. I want to put in everything we know about William, everything. That'll ensure that he'll be remembered. We don't have much time, though. The panel has to be ready for the next big display in Washington on October 9th, 10th, and 11th. Do you think you'll be free to help?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the way things are going, I may be freer than I want to be, but I can't think of a better way to spend the time. It's wonderful.
A protest rally in the support of the right to privacy led by Reverend Andrew Carpenter of St. James Church. Reverend Carpenter has dedicated his latest mission to the memory of his late brother William, a well-known architect who died of AIDS.
Vicky, I'm glad to see you.
Oh, Sloan, I'm sorry. I have to go make a phone call. I have to find out about
down to your office.
I beg your pardon?
You're the publisher of this paper. You must have known that this private family matter was being written about, yet we spent the whole morning. You never even mentioned
Wait, take a breath. Of course I knew about the article. I wrote it.
You?
Yes, of course.
Knowing how I feel? My name. My family's good name is splattered all over those pages, and you printed that lie about William. What kind of a journalist are you?
Well, now that you bring it up, I'm a very good journalist. I write and I print the truth.
Are you suggesting?
And I stand by the story, Sloan. Every single word of it. And quite frankly, General, you're behaving like a fool.
You're nobody's fool, are you, Mortimer?
My mother always said, when it comes to antiquities, I am the absolute...
Forget Mother and
absolute
forget
theorist.
antiquities. This is the modern world, and I'm offering you a fantasy. All the money you could ever spend in 2 lifetimes. All the luxuries you could ever imagine. You will be pampered like a pasha. You just snap your fingers and it's yours.
What is?
Anything. You want kumquats in August, you've got them.
No, Mrs. Hesse.
No, you want the pharaoh scepter that was lost in the 3rd century.
Oh,
It's
it
yours.
doesn't exist, so it
It's
doesn't
yours.
really get mine.
Mortimer, you will be a pharaoh. All you have to do is say yes.
To what?
How do you feel about Halloween?
Beg pardon, what?
When you were a little boy, did you trick or treat?
Oh, yes, actually. Yeah. My mother used to make my costumes. Same one every year. Florence Nightingale.
You're a full-grown man now, Mortimer. I think you deserve a full-grown man's disguise.
What man are we referring to?
Remember I told you the remarkable resemblance between you and my late husband?
Oh, yeah, Carl.
Carlo.
I'm sorry, Carl.
You must remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Dr. Byrne, you're going to be impersonating him. No, more is just it. And I wish with you. You are going to be the reincarnation of Carlo Hesse.
Excuse me, is that a light ranch dressing you've got there?
No way. That stuff doesn't have enough taste for me.
Oh, well, have you tried new Kraft Deliciously Light Ranch dressing?
No.
It's made with all the ingredients of regular ranch with a third less fat and calories. In fact, it tastes so good you'll give up your regular dressing.
Yeah, right. Look, if Deliciously Light tastes that good, I'll let Billy here cut my hair.
Okay, deal.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Deliciously Light from Kraft. One taste and your dressing will be deliciously light. Get 'em, Billy.
So bright. New Lemon Clorox 2. So bright. The brilliance of lemon in a liquid bleach.
Carrie's whites are whiter, Kindle's reds are brighter, and Nikki is pretty as a rainbow.
New Lemon Clorox 2. The brilliance of lemon. Twice the brightness of any liquid bleach. So colors always look pretty.
Jackie's whites are whiter, Buddy's blues are brighter, and Nikki is pretty as a rainbow.
Stain-resistant rugs resist most stains, but some are irresistible. That's why there's Woolite Tough Stain Rug Cleaner. It's tough on stains, but safe even on stain-resistant rugs. Trust Woolite Tough Stain.
So, you exercise, you stay in shape, you like feeling good about the things you eat. Have I got the sweetener for you?
Pure natural sugar, a sweetener only nature could make.
Good morning, birthday girl.
Don't remind me. I hope no one finds out.
It's our secret.
Introducing Pond's Foaming Cleanser and Toner in one. It deep cleans and helps tighten.
I am meeting my husband, if you don't mind.
Well, I don't mind. Question is, will Asa?
Will Asa what, Rogan?
Asa, thank goodness. Kane was just boring me with some of his old card tricks. How was your golf?
Oh, I finally broke 80.
Oh, that's good. Isn't it?
Yeah, for a 12 handicap, that's better than good.
Why don't we go celebrate back home?
Blair, why don't you go powder your nose before we leave?
Well, Asa, I'm ready to go now.
Honey, take as long as you like.
Well, Asa, you got it all. Pretty wife, lots of money, low golf score. What more could a man want, huh?
Oh, Rogan, I stopped buying your little con a long time ago. When I tossed you out of my house, remember?
You still carrying your own clubs, Asa?
No. I drive my own golf cart. No caddy. Get my message, Kane?
Yeah, without a caddy, though, sometimes you can lose that ball in the rough. Extra pair of eyes comes in handy sometimes, huh?
I manage.
I'm sure you do, but, you know, Asa, I know you hate to lose, whether it's golf, real estate. Say, for instance, the Holden Ranch. Now, I wonder how it is old Max Holden found out that you were ready to take over that place, huh? Someone close to you must have told him. And, well, you know, that cuts me out because you and I, we're not close anymore, are we? So who's left? Lisa? Who? Just a thought.
I apologize. I raised my voice. I shouldn't. I'm sorry for that. Please, sit down for a moment.
Thank you. Sloan, there is no shame in being scared.
Scared? I've never been afraid of anything in my
Well,
life.
you are now. Well, it's not death. You're not afraid of death. You can handle that. It's living that terrifies you. Death is easy compared to accepting your sons, Andrew and William.
I don't know what you hope to accomplish with all this, but you are overstepping.
Oh, I expect I am overstepping. I expect I'm sticking my nose in right where it doesn't belong, but I am a journalist, and it's an occupational hazard. I see the taxpayers' money being wasted, and I cry foul, and I see a man wasting his life, and I cry out just as loudly.
But it is my life. My life.
You know something? As a matter of fact, it isn't. It's yours, but it's not just yours. It also belongs to everybody who loves you. Or whoever has loved you. And that includes your son, William. Sloan, just this morning, you spoke of William with such love and such... Well, there's no other word for it. Such sweetness. Well, love and family, that's what's important. And believe me, I know, because right now my son Kevin is in court trying to separate a mother from her child, and that is so wrong. And that is as wrong as you refusing a reconciliation with your sons.
Well, William is gone, even if I knew.
But Andrew's alive. And Andrew's keeping William's memory alive, and it's not just for himself, it's for you, too. How can you turn your back on him? On both of them? How on God's name can you waste this precious time in your life? Pulling your family apart, you ought to be... God, you ought to be...
I'm so touched that you care.
I'm sorry. I'm just very upset. And I have to call about this custody hearing. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mrs. Buchanan, we have now heard from two psychiatrists. In their opinion, Leanne's mother was unstable, unbalanced. Did you find her so yourself?
Not in the beginning, no.
By the time of her death. The death she brought on by her own actions, by blackmail and threats. Was Leanne's mother unstable, or wasn't she?
Yes, I'm afraid she was.
Objection. Mrs. Buchanan is not an expert on mental instability, Your Honor.
Overruled, Mr.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes, but Leanne is not anything like her mother.
I know it must be painful to remember your mother this way, so let's talk about your own parenting skills, Leanne. Was there a night recently you brought your newborn baby to a local bar called Rhodey's?
Objection, Your Honor. He makes it sound as if she took the baby out for a couple of brews.
Overruled. Why did you take the baby there, Leanne?
We were feeling very cooped up in our little apartment.
We? The baby was complaining?
Okay, me. I was getting cabin fever, so I just took Duke and we met my really good friend Luna Moody down at Rhodey's.
How would you describe Rhodey's? Is it a quiet bar, something like the Terrace at the Buchanan Palace Hotel?
Well, it's a roadhouse, so, well, there were people and music and stuff.
And stuff. Were there any other infants or children present?
No. Duke was it.
Duke was it. At a rowdy, raunchy roadhouse where that same night a drug bust had gone down in the men's room.
Your Honor, objection.
Withdrawn.
Strike that from the record.
Let's backpedal, shall we? To your prenatal care of Duke. While you were pregnant, you ran away, didn't you?
Well, I did leave town, if that's
To
what
New
you're
York
getting
City,
at.
correct? Did you have a job, a place to live, family, friends?
I just really needed to get away.
You just needed to get away. In other words, you couldn't take the pressure of Landview. Pregnant, out of wedlock. So, you ran off to New York, and you ended up washing dishes in a diner, didn't you? Living over the kitchen. Is that what you call caring
Your
for
Honor,
your baby?
if this isn't badgering, it's at least the closing statement.
Indeed. Mr. Kilgore, please stop making speeches and stick to asking questions.
Why did you suddenly take a bus to New York?
Because I didn't want to hurt anybody here, that's why.
And what about Duke? What about hurting him?
Your Honor, the baby's medical record has no bearing on this case. Duke is in fine health, the proper weight and the proper height for a baby his age.
Your Honor, we don't doubt that Duke is well fed, especially since his mother works part-time as a waitress.
Well, that's a cheap shot, Kilgore.
Back off, boys. Go on, Mr. Kilgore.
According to Duke's medical record, he received a burn recently requiring emergency treatment. How did that happen, Leanne? Was he with a sitter?
No. He was with me at Wanda's, and I accidentally spilled a little bit of coffee on his leg. But it was an accident, and I rushed him straight to the hospital, and it was not a big deal. He was fine. There was no problem.
No problem. Do you leave him all alone very often?
I said he wasn't alone. Why do you keep twisting everything I say? I left him with Wanda, so he was in very, very good care.
While you spent the night somewhere else. In case of an emergency, did you leave a number? Some place where Miss Wallach could have reached you?
No.
Why not? Why not, Leanne?
Because I was in the woods.
Out camping, near a campsite phone?
No. Luna arranged it, you see, so we were out in the middle of nowhere. We were under the stars because it was supposed to be romantic.
So, you and Jason spent a romantic night in the middle of the woods while your baby was left in the care of Wanda Wallach, who had a busy restaurant to run.
Objection! He's making another speech, Your Honor, and this is outrageous.
What is outrageous is the idea of Leanne, Demarest, Buchanan, Webb raising a stable child.
Your Honor, objection.
Your Honor, I'm trying to make the point that as the unstable daughter of an unstable mother, as someone who drags her child off to bars when she feels cooped up, as someone who allows her child to be scalded in the workplace, as someone who, on a whim, leaves her child in the care of strangers, Leanne Demarest Buchanan is not fit to continue raising this child. And if she walks out of this courtroom with that baby, God knows what will happen to it.
For great... One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Tomorrow, sex during pregnancy, when is it safe?
Then why you're never too young to help save the planet, plus a birthday bash for Julia Child.
On Good Morning America tomorrow.
Oprah how to get over your shyness and get your man.
I knew it. I told you this would happen.
Mother, please. Oh, I can hear you.
No, so what? It's about time they realize that Andrew Carpenter is a ladies' man, and the lady in question is my daughter. Oh, darling, your poor eyes.
Mother, a little discretion.
Oh, all right. You're right. Okay, sweetheart. It's just that this proves that Andrew isn't gay.
How can you be so sure about that, Dorian?
Mrs. McNamara, you know how Mother loves to go on and on.
No, wait. You said Andrew Carpenter isn't gay. How can you prove that, Dorian?
I can't, but Cassie can.
Mother.
No. Why hide it, darling? I mean, Andrew can't be gay since you and he are seeing each other. Seriously.
Oh, you don't say. So the rector of St. James is dating one of his parishioners.
Mrs. McNamara, it isn't what you think.
Oh, no, far be it from me to throw stones, dear, but this latest bit of information should be fascinating to the vestry. I can't wait to share it with them at the meeting today.
Mrs. McNamara, Andrew and I have nothing to be ashamed of. You do. You and all those self-righteous prigs at the vestry.
Did you hear what she said?
Well, she wasn't thinking. You're
No, the
sorry.
hell I wasn't. The shoe fits. Hobble in it.
You know, you and the Reverend Carpenter are cut from the same bolt of cloth. I think we'll let the vestry decide whether or not you belong at St. James.
Even you can't expel my daughter from the church.
No, but we can be rid of her friend. You know, I've decided to ask for another vote to request Bishop Graham to dissolve this pastoral relationship. And this time, thanks to you, Cassie, we'll have enough votes to win.
And when the coffee spilled, the kind of accident that could have happened anywhere, in any home, to almost any child, did you panic?
No. I was with my friend Sheila, and she works at the hospital, so we both rushed Duke over there and had a doctor look at him immediately.
And the night you took Duke down to Rhodey's Tavern, who else was there? Anyone in this room?
Yeah. Kevin was there.
Oh, so it's okay for Kevin to go down and have a beer, but not for you.
Objection, Your Honor. We're talking about the child.
No, Mr. Kilgore. We're talking about upper-class snobbery versus working-class reality. We're talking about two hard-working Americans, Leanne and Jason, who hold down 2, even 3 jobs at one time so they can support themselves and Duke. Now, if they decide to go down to the local tavern to unwind with a beer, yes, with their kid, is that so different than the Buchanans going down to the country club for the buffet dinner with their kids and having a bottle of Chardonnay?
Your Honor, talk about making closing remarks. You should talk, Mr. Kilgore.
Oh, he's got you there.
Thank you, Your Honor. Leanne, I only have 2 more questions for you. Is there anything that you wouldn't do for your baby?
Of course not. I would do anything for him anytime.
Do you love your baby?
I love Duke more than I love anybody. I need him. And he needs me.
I know he does. Thank you. No further questions.
Redirect, Mr. Kilgore? Yes, Your Honor. Let's stick to that point, Leanne, your lawyer's point. There's nothing you wouldn't do for Duke.
Right, just like any mother.
Including your own.
Do you think it would be possible, Mr. Kilgore, to keep my mother out of this? She is dead.
Objection, Your Honor. This is irrelevant.
Don't let him trap you, Leanne.
Not the mother of this child.
But she was the mother of this child.
Sustained.
Now, we know your mother engaged in blackmail. Renee Buchanan has told us how she used Max Holden's paternity as a weapon against her.
My mother was a very, very unhappy woman.
And you? Despite, how you say you're so happy with Jason Webb, didn't you follow her example?
No.
Didn't you engage in your own lie concerning Max Holden's paternity, except this time it wasn't his, but his son's? Aren't you a liar?
I made a mistake. I honestly believe that Max was Duke's father.
But you didn't tell him, did you? You were willing to let Kevin believe the baby was his, even though you truly felt it was Max Holden's.
Look, if I had known then what I know now, this would have never...
The fact is, didn't you lie about your baby to get Kevin to marry you, to get your hands on his family's money?
No!
Just as your mother had tried to.
No!
You are just like your mother, aren't you?
Your Honor.
You use men, you use your own baby, anything to get what you want.
Please, look, it isn't true. I love Duke. I love Duke more than anything in the entire world. And if I was so interested in the Buchanan money, why on earth would I divorce Kevin? I mean, why don't you ask Kevin? He knows.
Oh, Kevin knows you, Leanne. He has the scars to show for it. Is that what you want to give your son? Do you want to scar him, too, just even more than you already have?
Look, please, okay, just stop it.
Miss Buchanan, you cannot...
No, God, no,
Leanne, no.
please, take this baby away from me. I'm going to kill anybody who tries. No, don't cry, please.
Erica Kane. A lifetime in pictures, only in the new Episodes magazine. Erica on men, Erica on seduction, Erica on fashion, Erica on style. Start your subscription with this must-read issue. Call 1-900-820-SOAP. The call costs only $4 for a full year of episodes. Don't miss Susan Lucci in a role she can't walk away from. Only in Episodes.
It's not that I'm not flattered that you wanted me to become a facsimile of your late lamented husband. It's a very thoughtful and touching proposal.
Yes or no, Marty?
But the truth is, Mrs. Hesse, I have done some research on Carlo.
Oh, research?
Yes, and the fact is, Mrs. Hesse, that your husband, Carlo, was a made man.
What does that mean?
He belonged to the mob. In reality, he was the mob. I mean, with the weight of his hand, people expired.
Yes.
Well, I could never belong to something like that, Mrs. Hesse. That is so totally beyond anything that I feel and think. It is against every conceivable...
You are not dealing with a calm woman here. You are dealing with a desperate woman. It is not my freedom that's at stake. It's my very life.
Yeah, I'm very sorry,
I don't need
Mrs.
your
Hesse.
pity, Mortimer. I want your help. Now, you are the only man who can duplicate my Carlo. Well, Dr. Byrne, do you really think that the god Osiris put you on this earth and gave you this amazing resemblance, uncanny to my Carlo, just to have it go to waste? Do you think that the gods of ancient Egypt are little bugs?
Oh, but Mrs. Hesse, you the temptress. Now, my mother warned me. She said that I would be put in a position like
Yes,
this.
I am exactly what your mother warned you about. I'm her worst nightmare. But you are entitled to dream your own dreams now, and I could be the most delicious dream you ever had. You just have to...
I know what I have to do. Become him. Well, sorry. I like who I am. I have no desire to become Carlo as anyone else.
Well, run, little Marty, run. You'll be back.
I'm honored that you would ask me, and if you'll do the sewing, because I'm all thumbs on that, I'll do my part.
I'm very glad, Andrew. I was hoping that you'd want to join in. Now, if we could just get the general to enlist.
Yeah, well, look, don't press your luck. Believe it or not, Dad doesn't even accept that William was gay or that he even died of AIDS.
What? Are you telling me he's a hopeless cause?
Hey, listen, that's my specialty. But, all right, I'll see what I can do. I'm not making any promises, okay?
Good. For Willie.
Yeah, for Willie and for me and you. But when I try to convince my dad, if I run into any, problems, I don't want you jumping on a plane back to D.C., okay? It's going to take both. I need you. It's going to take both of us to get my dad to love William for the man that he was.
Marty. Oh, I'm very glad to see you.
You are?
Yes, I am. Ever since our last conversation, I've been wanting to talk to you again. Would you sit down with me for a minute, please?
If this is about Andrew...
No, it's not. It's not, please. Thanks. It's actually about Billy Douglas. You know he's missing, and his parents they're worried sick about him. Do you have any idea where he is?
I don't keep tabs on Billy Douglas or Andrew or anybody else. It's hard enough just looking out for me. Okay?
Yes, I understand. I had a daughter who had the same disease as you, remember?
Yes.
Well, the last time we spoke, you said that your lupus was under control. Does that mean you're sleeping better? And are you eating from the 4 basic food groups?
Nobody's asked me that one in a long time. The only group my Aunt Kiki cares about is the one that comes in the white powder. Thank goodness she's down in Florida in rehab because I get the whole house to myself.
It's a big house. Must get lonely. You know, Marty, there's nothing wrong with asking for help the way your Aunt Kiki has. Frankly, I think that so many of our problems stem from that. We keep our troubles and our feelings all locked up inside, and then when they finally burst out, we can't control them. It's happened to me.
Yeah?
Sometimes I miss my Megan so much that I do things just to fill the void. Things that I wish I could take back.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I could take things back, too.
Well, can we go now? I've been looking forward to a swim in the pool and a long, hot soak in the whirlpool. You can join me if you like.
Blair, there's one thing I forgot to ask you.
What? What is it?
Before we went on a trip, I was involved in some real estate business, remember?
Well, Asa, you've always got something going on. It's hard to keep track.
Oh, this one's easy. Concerned the Holden Ranch down in Sweetwater, Texas. I was going to buy it. Max got wind of it. Somebody tipped him off. Was it you, Blair?
Asa, I thought you trusted me.
Trust is earned every day. Look me in the eye. Did you tell Max?
Of course not. I may be many things, Asa. Sentimental is not one of them.
That's all I wanted to hear, honey. Look, we'll lounge around the pool tomorrow. I must get down to that courthouse.
So you lie for Max, huh? Well, let's start.
You know, it's good to talk. To let it all out sometimes.
Doesn't matter. Won't bring her back.
Wait. Who? Wouldn't bring who back?
My mother. I mean, I should be used to it by now, right? She died when I was 7. You'd think that I couldn't miss her anymore. But sometimes
you wish she were there, don't you?
Just to talk to, just to listen, just to put her arm around me.
I know, honey. Unfortunately, there's some pain that never goes away, never heals. I do know what you feel. I lost my mother when I was only 5. And I think that kind of pain sometimes makes us do the things that we do. Maybe that's what makes you lash out at people when you don't get what you want. Maybe that's what made you hurt Andrew.
I only wanted to be close to him. I only wanted for him to love me and to hold me. Somebody.
You know, darling, if you came forward now and told the truth about Andrew, you wouldn't be just helping him, you'd be helping yourself.
I can't.
Yes, you can. You know the emptiness in your life, that gap? You can begin to fill it. And I will help you, and Andrew will help you, and other people that you don't even know, but you have to take the first step.
No, I can't. I just can't. I just can't.
You may be seated. After careful consideration of all the evidence on both sides, this court is prepared to render a decision in the case of custody of Demarest Buchanan.